everyone, Randolf here, and yeah, new Godzilla. Done fucked it up again. Son of a bitch. No, I'm kidding. This actor was very fucking awesome. And also, if you want a little backstory of me and Godzilla, I have a few Godzilla films. I'm slowly collecting all of them just to have them. Mostly thanks to Cinemasco's Monster Madness Godzilla-thon that introduced me mostly towards the greatness of Godzilla. In the past, I've only known of the 1998 film, and I recalled liking it back then, but then again, I was a dumb fucking kid. So, yeah, Legendary got their homework done. Unlike the people at TriStar, Legendary did their fucking homework. They understand what Godzilla is, and essentially what he does, kills other giant monsters. They got the look of him right, well, similar to any Toho Godzilla film, more or less. They got the actual him breathing fire, but that comes out later. Yeah, there's gonna be spoilers in this, probably. And the fact that the one thing that really got this better than the 1998 film, he's indestructible, and he doesn't die in the end, which is fucking amazing, because I swore to myself that if it turns out that they killed him at the end, I was just gonna yell out, "Fuck you," just as loud as I can in the movie theater, "Fuck you," and just leave. It just literally ends with him dead. Which it looked like it, but thank God it didn't. He's of course CGI, and once again, it kind of looks good, and how they handle the weight of this and the another giant monster, because there is another two more giant monsters in here, and how they kind of work it really does feel like this was made by Toho and rubber suits, not with the stiffness of a Toho film would make, but it has the like slow weight of the monsters, and that is really welcomed with this movie. Really helps it make it into a Godzilla film. So what's the story of this? Well, it's not that, it's kind of another origin of, Godzilla just comes up and blah blah blah, but once again, there's so much human crap that you just don't give a shit about. But then again, almost every Godzilla film has stupid human crap. Probably besides Son of Godzilla, which I haven't seen. But then again, you need the human stuff, because if you just have a giant monster, if you just have a movie based on the giant monsters, it's gonna get boring real quickly. But then again, maybe not. Who knows? You need to really find one. Then again, probably have them talking to each other, and it's gonna get fucking stupid. First gen Godzilla by Godzilla's son, Godzilla's Revenge, stupid. Okay, once again, what's the plot? I'm gonna probably give away some spoilers. In 1999 in the Philippines, they find this huge cocoon of sorts. One is dormant, one just hatched. One goes into Japan's a power plant in Japan. There's this family that gets affected by this, because this is what happens in these giant monster movies. I completely forget some of these guys' character names. So if I fuck up, I fuck up, or I just call them what they are. I just call him, like, one of the slightly main guy, dad. Well, intro main guy. The dad loses the dad. There's a dad, a mom, and a son. The dad loses his wife in a reaction accident caused by a thing in the cocoons that was hatching the cocoons. And 15 years later, it was all covered up, of course. Because, actually giving out information when shit like this happens always works out. Then again, once the monsters come out, everyone's gonna know anyway. So 15 years later, the son grows up to be this oddly, like, fucker that always kind of has a saddish face on his saddish face within the most of the movie, which is kind of distracting. And he returns to Japan because his father was trespassing on the land that surrounded the nuclear power plant, which collapsed. And it finds out that it was a whole cover-up. They don't want anyone near there because there's another small facility that holds the big cocoon, which was feeding off the radiation, and it hatches to be a Musa or something like that. I don't know. Best I can describe it is it's kind of like, imagine the monster from Godzilla 2000, but it's kind of more edgy. Just think Orgoth, but more like edgier and not a fucking alien, I guess. That thing comes up, destroys a lot of shit, kills the dad. It was kind of like a conspiracy theorist by this point, but it turns out he was right, and blah blah blah. The son kind of comes with this organization that was studying. Holy shit! Yeah, this is gonna be really unscripted. Studying the cocoon, saying that why didn't they destroy it back then? It was because they didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen, and now it's like, as like any other Toho monster movie, they would be, for the most part, the main scientist guy, well, business owner that studied the cocoon, told the son about Godzilla, that it's kind of similar to the original origin, that he was kind of based off he was born of radiation, all this other stuff. Wait, no, kind of not. It's just he appeared in 54, and all the bombing tests was them trying to kill him. Okay. So I guess 1954 was his first appearance, not more of them fucking up and awaken this giant beast. But I'm probably, and if I'm wrong on that part, then whatever, who gives a shit. So, a few scenes pass, the son tries to go back to his home, and interference with the big fucking monster, and then Godzilla pops up. And this is what pissed me off about the movie. The giant monsters interact with each other, like in Hawaii City, and how they treat it is like the biggest cock tease you could do with two giant monsters. It shows the son of the sun basically watching snippets of it on the news. And the weird thing is, the audience I was with just laughed at this part. I was just like, oh, fuck you. Like, cause, you know, when I want to see Godzilla, I want to mostly see the fucking human drama. And, yeah, the giant monsters, yeah, just on the side. So, yeah, that's kind of a big thing about it. Most of the giant monster fighting takes place at the end. And then that self, well, then again, like in the Toho movies, it kind of switches between the humans and the giant monster fighting. Oh, throat's kind of dry. And they figure, and suddenly there's another one of those Majas or whatever the fuck it's called. Turns out it's a female and it's bigger than the male, which the male has wing. They tell because the male is small and has wings. This one's bigger and it has an egg sac, which at first glance I was like, oh shit. But they get an idea to lure it with nuclear warheads, or at least one, and then blow those two and Godzilla up. But shit kind of goes wrong, and it turns out just let them fight, which they do at the end. Because the Mazas once again feed on radiation, which that itself sounds like a great idea for a Godzilla film, since in most of these movies, especially in the Toho movies, it's been that Godzilla's based off radiation, all this stuff. So it'd be interesting to have a monster hunt Godzilla and try to eat it for its radiation and all this other stuff, or at least absorb its radiation. That would be kind of interesting. And I know there's like in the Millennia series where there's monsters based off of Godzilla's DNA. But that's based off the DNA. I mean like a monster trying to like take the radiation out of Godzilla. But maybe Toho will get to that once they finally make more Godzilla movies. Hopefully, because damn, this was a great because this was a great return to thing. Anyway, in this pretty awesome kind of fight scene at the end, Godzilla fights the two monsters, and this is where it turns out that he does have atomic breath. Thank fucking God. And he blasts the female and the male. He kills the male first. It looks like he gets hit by a building and almost is out for the count. But he comes, grabs the fucking... Okay, you can see this awesome. You need to see this to believe this, but I will kind of describe it. He grabs the female one by the jaw, by the head, by the top part here, and the jaw. Rips it open as far as he could, not like King Kong, like just holds it in and atomic breaths down her throat. He shoots an atomic breath down a giant monster's throat and it kills it. This was when the whole entire audience just fucking clapped, because that was fucking awesome. But this is the part when Godzilla kind of falls, looks like he's kind of took too much damage. The warhead activates. Everyone's fine in the end. All the humans are fine. It looks like Godzilla's dead, and this is when I was about to stand up and about to leave. Thinking about standing up and leave. Because I thought about that about halfway into the movie. But he moves, his eyes open, and then he leaves. With one more roar. And that's Legendary's Godzilla film, Godzilla 2004. Also, another thing, I saw this on IMAX. You do not need to see this on IMAX. You don't really need to see it. It's not really that. If I don't know if this was a 3D film, but it didn't really matter. At least for me, because I don't know, maybe the 3D shit doesn't work on me or whatever. Or whatever. It gets fucking loud half the fucking time. Holy shit. I would say just watch this on a normal theater. If you want to see an IMAX, go see it IMAX. But to me, I would just, if I want to see it again, I would go to a normal theater. Or buy it on wait until DVD. So, how was it? Like I said, fucking awesome. Go watch it right now. Hell, even if there's a shit ton of people watching it at this moment, just go. Fucking watch it. Go to, wait on. Go to a fucking movie there near you. Go watch it. Or wait until it comes to DVD. Hell, wait until it goes to a budget theater. Just watch it. This is a great introduction towards Godzilla after all this time. And a great American remake. And yes, this is another. Okay, I gotta say this. Another nitpick is that I think Godzilla was shown more in most of the Godzilla films and more in the 1998 film, but for the story and all this kind of stuff, yeah, I would say I'd say it's kind of good. I would just prefer to see more of it. More of Godzilla, kind of just walking around, maybe show more of its indestructibility instead of just shooting fucking AK-47s or whatever the combat rifles, pistols, or fucking rocket launchers. Come on. Try more. This is a movie that Toho would not be ashamed of acknowledging for the new Godzilla, for whatever the hell they make. A new Godzilla series. Another Godzilla series. When they go back to making Godzilla movies, they will not be disappointed in this. And if they make another Godzilla Final Wars, where the 2014 Godzilla faces that Toho Godzilla, it would not win in like 10 seconds. It would not be a short fucking match that would just say, hey, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck Zilla. So, do I have anything else to say? Should I go all midnight screening and tell us what the fucking trailers are? Well, I don't know any of them. It was just Edge of Tomorrow, which I don't give a shit about. Okay. One thing I'll say, it feels like that's supposed to be like a video game world, where the guy dies and comes back and plays it over and over again, but you know more. That's my thing on that. We did a How You Train Your Dragon 2 thing in this PG-13 movie. Oh, and in a Maleficent trailer. Who gives a shit? I don't give that much shit about Maleficent. Gotta say, she scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Mostly because of the transitions and all this stuff look freaky as fuck. Transformers 4 with Grimlock. Yay. Another Transformers movie to people to bitch about and for most people to fucking just go see. Make it a fucking success. You know you're going to. Because it's fucking Transformers. whether it's Michael Bay or not, it's fucking Transformers. And you know you're gonna watch it. Honestly, I watched the first one, didn't really give that much of a shit about it. Didn't saw 2 or 3, so whatever. So, hey, whatever. People gonna bitch about it, and people gonna watch it. It's a win-win situation, in a way. What else? Something called Jupiter Ascend or some shit like that, and a space one called Interstellar. Wow. Really being creative with the fucking names, people. I guess that's it about that. Yeah, I guess that's it. Sorry for the real unprofessionalism with this video, but once again, this is like my thoughts on the Dick Figures movie. It's just me unscripted, talking to a camera, more or less. Maybe I'll add some shit to make it more interesting. But this is just mostly to give my thoughts on the movie. And a short kind of review. I guess the acting, here's a few things. The acting was pretty much the same what I would expect from any Godzilla film. It's okay. They convey what they need to convey with a giant monster movie. The CGI once again feels great. It's kind of flowing as if they were real monsters, but it still has the weight and the weight issue that the Toho movies gave, especially with it being a rubber suit in those movies. Visuals were fine. I wish there was more giant monster movies. Wish there was more of the fighting in this about 2 hour movie, which was mostly just spent on a human drama again. I think like a good 10 or so minutes was spent. 10, 15 minutes was spent with the giant monsters fighting each other. And that was near the end. So don't come in here expecting giant monsters to fight for a good chunk of the movie like in the Toho films. Which is odd. Toho can make an hour-long movie about a good chunk of it would be the giant monsters fighting. And the plot with the humans would still be entertaining at best. So what the hell? I don't know. Sound, holy shit, fuck, this is why I don't want to go, I'm not gonna, this is why I don't recommend it, an IMAX. It's like ear bleeding when the fucking monsters roar. Holy shit. Yeah, the story was good, everything else was okay, way better than 1998 film, and a little better, and probably better than some of the Toho films, but then again, I just saw this movie, and I might fucking see whether that's true. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Because we just seen how Godzilla celebrated his 60th anniversary. Hopefully you'll tune in next time to see what my thoughts on how he celebrated his 50th anniversary. So this is Randolph signing off. Thanks for watching. Because we've just seen how Godzilla celebrated his 60th anniversary, next time hopefully I will show you my opinion on how he celebrated how he celebrated his 50th anniversary. So overall, watch Godzilla 2004. See you next time. See you guys. Holy shit.